How's it? Today is Tuesday, September 3rd. I have basically 1 month left until I'm going to try to PR my snatch. I'm snatching today for my training session. Normally I snatch on Mondays and I will squat on Tuesdays, but yesterday was Labor Day and I wanted to spend it with one of my favorite people in the world. So I did that yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to actually end up squatting this week, just because I still want to do my clean and jerk stuff on Wednesday, or I guess tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll have time as far as just days go. I don't think it's going to be a make or break thing, but today was just really strange. I was supposed to snatch 98 for a few doubles. I barely did 2 singles. I failed a bunch of other lifts, and it just I don't know. It didn't feel very heavy. It felt like I was plenty strong to actually make the lifts, but my shoulder has been giving me a lot of problems. And it's like it's not that like pain that I was experiencing, like last week or the week before, maybe the week before that too. It's like that pain was like almost like a tightness, a little stickiness in my like actual deltoid. This feels much more deeper than that. It feels like it's kind of something going wrong with my rotator cuff, and it honestly feels like it's a little unstable overhead. But the weird part is when I'm doing my snatch push presses plus overhead squat, I feel completely fine. It feels like if I'm very intentional and cognizant about where my shoulder blade is in space, then I have absolutely no issues. And that means that I can go up to 108, which is 3 kilos up from last week, and it was completely fine. But when I go to snatch, I think that kind of component of forward and backwards movement is a tremendous amount of like uncertainty about where my shoulder blade is in space at certain points. And like I'm not like I am a little worried, but I'm not the most worried. 98 is very heavy and is very, very close to my best double. So expecting me to be able to just randomly pull that out is not going to be realistic, I'd say. But like if you look at these warm-ups here, like it feels like I was doing everything correctly. It feels like I had good quality of like movement, or I also like where my shoulders were in space. It just like at a certain weight it starts to get out a little bit in front, and then if I don't have enough space like as far as the bar goes on height, then I'm not going to make the lift, because it seems like I need a certain amount of time or space to get my elbows around, and that is really, really, really frustrating to me because I feel like that's never really been an issue before. This sort of like instability in my shoulder, I don't know if it actually, is unstable. That's the kind of sensation that I'm getting. But I've never had this happen before. Before, it just used to be like pain. Like I remember a few years ago when I had like upper back pain, and I still kind of get that here and there. It's a lot of the reasons why I can't really catch the bar from overhead when I'm doing like a jerk to do a second jerk. And sometimes it's why I don't want to front squat, because it hurts. But like that's not the pain that I'm feeling right now, and it's also a little bit more like medial, rather than being like what's the word, lateral. Yeah. So it's a little bit more towards the middle of my back than it is like kind of right under my shoulder blade, and I don't know if that is a function of me not doing my rehab type stuff. I would probably say it is, because the last time I lifted was on Friday. So I didn't lift on Saturday, I didn't lift on Sunday, and yesterday I didn't lift as well. I actually tried to lift yesterday. Like I got to the gym very late at like 11:45, 12, something around that time. I started warming up and I was like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. Like I'm not going to be able to do, like I'm trying to snatch 98 for doubles right now. Like I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I went home and I took a nap, or a sleep, I would say, and then I came back today and started failing all my snatches. This is my first fail at 98. So if you can look at all of these, like I genuinely feel like these, I have enough strength to hit the lifts. It's just that I am not able to get my shoulder into the spot where it needs to be. Like this here is real easy, right? So if I can get to have the enough space to get my elbows around, then I'm able to actually make the lift. That's like, I made 2 singles and I failed four lifts altogether today. I feel like I got to the point where I could not mentally even like think about trying another attempt. Like even here, my camera overheated, but I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, so I'm just not going to try this here. And then I make this attempt here. I'm trying my best to get as much height on the bar there, and that's why you can see my hips get thrown a little bit, and like me kind of fussing around with that shoulder. And then I actually don't even attempt this next lift either. I'll kind of set up for it, and then I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen. And at that point, I was like, okay, just try not to freak out and just be smart about how I'm going to be moving forward with the training. And like, yeah, I don't know really what it is aside from potentially me neglecting to do the like PT rehab work that I normally do like at night. So every time I lift, I will go and do this upper back mobility thing, which, by the way, I have a video of that. I just haven't been able to stitch it together yet. But I do that every time I warm up. Literally every time I warm up. And most nights I will do it before I go to bed. But I guess the last time I did that was probably Thursday night. So I didn't do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday. And so maybe that is what is causing my shoulder to be really just, I don't know, not cooperative with what I am trying to do as a whole. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to be a little bit more diligent with that. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. Also, I feel like I say that all the time, but I feel like I say that all the time too. But this time, this is a situation that I've never experienced before. So I'm gonna have to do things that I've never done before. So maybe I'll do it 3 times a day. Maybe I'll do it when I wake up, and then before I go to bed, and then also before I train. We'll see. There's a certain line where you're gonna end up overdoing it, but I don't know what else to do. So that is what I am going to do. I still think I can PR by the end of September. That is the main goal. Ideally 115 snatch. That would be crazy, but I feel like I'm like 98 today. It felt very light. I just couldn't get the shoulder in the right spot. And, Tuesdays still suck. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.